back to American Textbook Reading. I'm your host, Ryan Stewart. Today, we're going to talk about the beginning of the United States. So today, we're going to talk about the beginning of the United States. So, how did the United States have been formed? In our reading passage, and some of them in our mini quiz, we'll talk about how the United States will be formed. Now, I'll just make a bump here so I know that's the reading section, and I'll turn it to you. Now, the first word we're going to be talking about is rule. Here we have this guy here, so he looks like a weird guy, but he looks like a king or queen. So this king or queen will rule. What about this? Colony. A colony is a place that is ruled by a more powerful country. So if a king or a queen has lots of power, then at that power, they're gonna put it into another country. And the other country will be the Europe's or any other places colony. So it looks like they're gonna eat the world. So no, maybe not. It's just a painting of the world that they put it on the plate, or they use the sticker on the plate to show it. Then we have the word independence. Independence means freedoms from other control. So if you're free from others' control, that means that you can do everything. So you can be free from your parents' control, or this man wants to be free from his company. So, or you can be free from your parents' control, but don't be free from your parents' control right away. But as you grow older, you will be free from your parents' control. Now, what about the word declaration? Declaration means something that is officially told to people. Like, I want to be free, so I write the Declaration of Independence. So that's why the people of America, of the United States or America, will celebrate the Independence Day. What about war? War is a long period of fighting between two countries. So as you can see in your book, you can see like these are the American, and then they raise their flag, and then another horse with a man raising the flag, and then they both fight each other. There are some people that lose or some people that win. So the ones that have the red uniforms are the British or the England. What about the blue uniforms? The ones that are with the blue uniforms are actually the English and the United States. Now let's move on to our mini quiz. The beginning of the United States. On July 4th, 1776, the 13 colonies agreed on the Declaration of Independence. So they agreed on the Declaration of Independence. But King George, the King of England, didn't like that. So Americans fought a war with England to get their freedom. After that, Americans won the war. So looks like this guy is building up the flag because it's rotten. And then the 13 colonies became the United States of America. So once it was America, then British moved there and then they found the Americans. Then they thought America was a good hiding spot, but then suddenly British saw that hiding spot, but they didn't see the Americans. Maybe they were going outside fishing. Then they thought they saw the camps, and the camps are empty. They thought it was empty, but some people are still inside. They thought the camps were empty. Then they decided to move to that country. So as they moved to that country, they found their enemy, the Americans. Then that's why the England ruled America. George Washington led many battles against England. He helped the colonies win the war against England. George Washington became the first president of the United States of America. And here's what's funny. So in our story, it says that George Washington didn't really want to be the first president of the United States. But because the people honored and respected him so much that he agreed to it, but he didn't have much responsibility in it. So that's why he didn't really want to be the president. But then when he led it, he was still the colonies. Let's move on. Then we have these uncomprehensible questions. Oops. I have to speak here behind. Just do it. Put it right there. Then over here. Now let's use these uncomprehensible questions. The first question is rule. Rule is A. Colony is F. Independence is E. Declaration is B. Let's see. Independence is C. War is E. Soldier is D. On July 4th, 1776, the 13 colonies agreed on the Declaration of the Independence. To have power to control. Rule, freedom from others' control. Independence, a person who belongs to an army. Soldier, something that is obviously told to people. Declaration, a place that is ruled by a more powerful country. Colony, a place that is ruled by a long period of fighting between two countries. War. True or false questions. A battle is a person who belongs to an army. True or false? A battle is a person who belongs to an army. How can we fix it? As you know, we put away the word battle and then we replace it with soldier. So you click on false. George Washington led many battles against America. False. A colony is a place that is ruled by a more powerful country. True. Now, we finished our questions and the vocabulary. And now, let's take a short break and come back and we'll do the speaking section. So, don't go away. So now I'm back. And did you enjoy the break? It was a very long break. So now I'll open the book. Where is it? Here. Now, look. So I've come back with just a little pencil that we're gonna write the questions. We'll write the correct answers, and we'll leave these two. So now, are you ready for the speaking section? Let's begin. In the early 18th century, the Americans were ruled by the British. This means that the Americans were the colony of British. The American people wanted freedom from the England. On July 4th, 1776, the American people signed the Declaration of Independence. But England did not want American colonies to be independent. So King George, the King of England, did not want that. So American colonies had a war with England to fight for their independence. Soldiers fought in many battles. What's wrong? Alright. George Washington was a famous leader in America. So he was a famous leader in America. And he was also a famous leader in the Civil War and the war with England. That war is actually called the Civil War, not World War I, not World War II. Then, as the American colonies won the war and became the United States, every year on July 4th, the Americans remember the war and their signing of the Declaration of the Independence. Now I'll put it on this blackboard again. Now let's do the answers. First, America is once a beep of England. America is once a leader of England. So they won the war and then they took over England? No, they weren't very strong enough. So you X away. What about colony? So colony is a correct answer. So you circle it. Let's look at C for practice. Is America once a ruler of England? It's the same one as leader. So you also X it away. What about George Washington was a beep famous king? No. A famous Englishman? No. Or a famous leader? Yes. So you circle it. America's war with England, beep. England became a colony of America. No, no, no. X it away. George Washington was a king. As before, he said he's not a king, so X away. But a soldier fought many battles. It is true. So you circle here. In America's war with England, soldiers fought many battles. So as I told you, there were lots of battles in just one war. In the early 18th century, before 1776, Americans signed the Declaration of Independence. Americans were ruled by the King of England and fought England in a long war. Fought England in a long war is no. Signed the Declaration of Independence, no. So you X the two away. What about B? B were ruled by the King of England? True. B. Circle it. Now we've done our hard working book and our lesson. So now, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe me more at American Textbook Reading. Science is also studies from 1 to 4. 4, I'm still putting it right here, but you can still see it. So I just said that American Textbook Reading. Science is also studies from 1 to 4. Write my name, Ryan Stewart, or just Ryan, and also write your favorite lesson, and you can see all of my amazing videos, and also the real Ryan Stewart's videos. So now, goodbye.